We'll take you live now to Kabul, where the Taliban spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid has been giving a news conference there. Let's listen in.
Circumstances under which you would agree to extending that date?
Not allow an extension even until 31st is there. So the US should remove and evacuate all their personnel until the set deadline. They should evacuate all their contractors. We are not happy to extend the deadline, and after that we'll have a separate stance in position following the deadline.
The extension was unilateral by the side of the United States. It was a violation of the agreement. We want them to evacuate all foreign nationals by the 31st of August. And we are not in favor of allowing Afghans to leave.
Everyone will have their turn. Please be patient. Imran Fazli from Kabul News. Two questions. By the Afghan National Army is being diminished. So, secondly, where is the leader of Islamic Emirate? I would like to tell you that the Afghan National Army and intelligence are the backbones of every government, and our Mujahideen are also part of this country. In once administration, the previous security personnel will be re-invited to an army. About this particular issue, we will have a separate declaration in announcement. And about our supreme leader,
سلام اسمم میرویس حیدری است جناب مجاهد صاحب از تلویزیون جهانی افغانستان پرسشم در رابطه با رسانه‌ها که ما به شما رسانه‌ها مسئول هستن از اونها حمایت می‌کنیم.
My question is about media. You said we have media, active media in the country, and we support them.
برنامه بودم که مجاهدین امارات اسلامی در داخل نشرات ما آمدن.
Well, even I was in the parliament when the Mujahideen entered our team. Our female workers are concerned. Yes, because even now there are Mujahideen of Islamic Emirate by our office. In my second question is about diplomatic missions. Those who are still active, which diplomatic missions are they in, which have left us? So my first point is about media. I will definitely look at this. I will also look at the issue that has happened with your television. There might be some small incidents, and we will definitely focus on it. As our forces present in the area are for the safety and security. And if there are no security concerns in the area, we will remove our Mujahideen from the area. I'll definitely pursue this. So if you could please focus on one question, on single question, that would give an opportunity for everyone to put this question forward. Please do call your media outlet. I'm from ARY News. As you have made an announcement declared amnesty for everyone? Are you also going to announce amnesty to General Pervez Musharraf as well? Well, this is not related to our country. This is an external issue. Well, we have been betrayed by so many people outside the country. We will talk about it at a different time. I'm Harun Rashid from Independent Urdu. My question is, yes, Dear Honor, that you have formed a commission to focus on Al-Qaeda and TTP. So when are they going to start their activities, and who is part of this commission, and what are they focusing on? Well, we don't have such organizations active in Afghanistan. We have a policy that we will not allow anyone to use Afghan soil against anyone. That means that we will not allow anyone to use our soil against any other country, whether they are our neighboring countries or other countries. We have specific rules and laws about it, and they won't be violated.
Thank you, Sir. From Yon. A question in English. Today there was a news item in Washington Post quoting sources that the CIA director has secretly met Mullah Abdul Ghani brother yesterday in Kabul. Can you confirm these reports? And if so, what was the purpose of this meeting? Thank you.
CIA director Zabihullah Afghans حرکتلی دی او کچیر دا خبر رښتیايي حقیقت لري نو په کوم موضوع باندې دی بحث
زیر عملیات یعنی 10 دقیقه بابا که جان خود به حق داد بیادای چک آورد تا دیگه ایره که از بدوش نگرفتن.
از سوی هم امین الله امین معاون حوزه دهم امنیتی میگوید که از رویداد آگاهی دارد.
We are meeting with different diplomatic missions, embassies. There might be representatives from U.S. embassy. We are assuring them to continue with their operation. It is in favor of and interest of both sides to continue with their operations. Al Jazeera MCR, the line is very bad. There is feedback in the background.
Which includes the Embassy of the United States. They are here to. They are meeting with them to assure everyone and to maintain diplomatic relations. We will not confirm. We cannot confirm that Mullah brother has met with the CIA director.
سلام وقتتون بخیر. سلام وقتتون بخیر آقای مجاهد. شما چندین
Mr. Mujahid, good afternoon.
خبرنگارای خارجی ها صحبت کردین. پس
You spoke about the security of external reporters. So what will happen to the internal reporters? The province where
All right, so if you're just joining us, you've been listening there to a news conference being given by the Taliban spokesman in Afghanistan, Zabihullah Mujahid. He answered a number of questions there. He said that they had not agreed to an extension of the deadline for evacuation. That evacuation, as of now, scheduled to end on October 31st, the evacuation of all foreign troops and Afghans who want to leave. But they did not specify what would happen if that deadline was broken. There's also reports of the accusations that there were various accusations that were made against the Taliban of rights abuses and treatment of women, and he also pushed back against that and said that that would not happen under the Taliban leadership. Let's go live now back to Charles Stratford, who is in Kabul for us. And so Charles, we heard pretty much what you would expect to hear from a Taliban leadership at this point, and he was asked as well about these reports of a CIA meeting and whether that had actually happened. Unfortunately, there was a bit of disruption there in our connection to that press conference when that question was asked. But if I heard it correctly, they did not confirm whether that had happened or not.
That's correct, yes. The Taliban spokesperson is saying that they could not confirm whether that happened, whether that meeting between the CIA director and the new head of the Taliban actually happened. But a press conference that covered a whole range of issues, quick-fire questions from the world's media that are here in Kabul. I'll just read you through some of the other comments that were made. As you said, he said that there's been no agreement made on the extension of the deadline for the evacuation, the ongoing evacuation at the airport, with mounting pressure on the US administration to put in for a bid on that, on an extension of that evacuation. The Taliban spokesperson said that the media had started working. He said that every day the freedom of the media in this country improves. Obviously, a lot of fear amongst media workers, local media workers, that many of whom have fled the country already, many of whom are at the airport getting onto flights now. But he there, the Taliban spokesman, trying to allay those fears. He also said that the crowd at the airport can go home. We guarantee their security. Well, the Taliban have already said that although they will not agree to any extension of this deadline, they say that people who want to leave the country can leave the country eventually if they have the right paperwork, the right visas, and they can get onto commercial flights. But of course, nobody knows when commercial flights will restart. There was also a comment about the issue of the Panjshir Valley. Now, the Panjshir Valley, as we've been reporting, around 100 kilometres from here, it's the last pocket of resistance, if you like, against the Taliban. We know that the Taliban have surrounded the area, or that's what they are reporting. The group inside there in staunch opposition to the Taliban, saying they want guarantees that any new government would be fully inclusive of all ethnicities and would be open and fair. Well, they have said that if that does not happen, they are prepared to fight for it. But as I say, the spokesperson now saying that they want that issue resolved through dialogue. He also said that the Taliban did not want foreign embassies to close or stop work. We've assured them of security. And he called on the US not to encourage Afghan people to leave their homeland, describing it as a brain drain on the country. And he said that the Taliban were trying to come up with a procedure so women can return to work. So as that press conference, as I understand, continues, an example of the kind of pressure that the Taliban are under here, under the world's spotlight. And very interesting to hear some of those comments. Of course, the detractors, members of the international community, human rights workers, will say that this is all talk. And so far, you know, it's one thing for the Kabul leadership, the Taliban, to say these things, but they have to stick to their commitments with the world watching them. The proof is in the pudding, so to speak. So, yeah, as I say, a very comprehensive press conference, but a long way to go yet.
Indeed, for the moment, Charles Stratford live for us there in Kabul. And as Charles said, there likely to be much more reaction to those comments from the Taliban leadership.